Paige Bueckers is unreal. She went off today against Syracuse in the round of 32. The women's tournament as a whole has been absolutely crazy. I mean, there's just so many like insanely good players, and Paige, aside from maybe Caitlin Clark, might be the best one. She had 32 and a bunch of amazing passes in this win against a really good Syracuse team, and I wanted to react / break down what Paige was able to do tonight. The defense was really nice as well. We see her fronting the post here, using her length to get a steal. You just notice how long and tall and smooth she is. Having that kind of size and coordination is really, really great, and it does a ton for her game, and it makes the transition game all that more deadly when she can run the floor and finish strong like she does. And then Paige got a nice block here as we see her just attaching to this defender. Quick elevation here to block this shot. She's a great athlete. Once again, we see the length pop on the defensive end. I would imagine that's going to be a useful tool for her at the next level as well, but obviously it helps her be pretty dominant in college. And Paige is one of the best pull-up shooters in the world, point blank, and she killed this Syracuse zone mid-drop. You really just can't give her any space. She is deadly from that mid-range area, and today she could not be stopped from that part of the court, basically no matter what they did. Here we have Paige playing off-ball, cutting inside. She's a really smart off-ball player too. It's not just like she's a only creator on the ball. She can shoot, she can space. We'll see some of that. Great job cutting into space, and her touch on these little floaters, push shots is phenomenal. It is phenomenal stuff. It's soft. She can hit them at a variety of angles versus contests. And again, the height and the length are really, really beneficial. Paige attacking up top. Wow, that cross is beautiful. She has one of the best handles I've ever seen at the college level, honestly. Her ability to get to her spot whenever she wants is pretty crazy. And that, I think, is the key to what makes her so special. Is with that handle, it's really difficult for defenses to stop her from getting to the middle of the floor, where you basically just have to hope she misses. And a player as good as Paige, and as good as Paige is playing right now, is just not doing a lot of missing. Like, she had an efficient 32 today. It wasn't like she was chucking or anything. And her playmaking was phenomenal too. Was just great, carving up this Syracuse zone. Nice laydown pass there, giving her teammate a wide open layup. And this is what she was doing all game. Flying in for the offensive rebound. Another mid pull-up floater. It's not, it's everything. It's defense. It's hustling for the offensive rebounds. She just plays with a very exciting passion and fire, and something that's very infectious. More great defense here, where it's going to skip forward a second, but we see Paige digging at the nail and recovering. This hard stunt down stops the drive, forces the pass out, and then she's quick enough, has the length to react to a pretty bad pass, steal, and goes the other way. She is the consummate playmaker here. It's defense to offense. It's offensive creation. More off-ball work here from Paige, working as the beater in the middle of the zone. This is something that especially college teams will do, but we're seeing more with pro teams and NBA teams, at least from my knowledge, using their really good, smart, high field guards as middle zone beaters. And obviously Paige is huge because she can make these passes, but you cannot leave her in floater range. As we've seen already a couple times, that's just not an easy thing to do against her. Defenses have to keep track of her very diligently, and she will punish them if not. Paige hit a couple crazy pull-up mid-ranges towards the end of the half. There was another one that's not in this highlight reel that was really cool, where she was drifting to her right. But this one, Syracuse played a lot of deep drop on Paige, and that's just a mistake. You can't expect to have a guard fight over. UConn has some great screeners as well, and Paige is going to hit that all day. You have to be up higher at the level of the screen if you want to stop Paige from burning you on those mid-range jumpers. That's basically what you have to do. It's kind of a non-negotiable. I really like this set and this play from UConn. Let's break it down really quickly. They know that Syracuse is going to deny the hell out of Paige. They're basically top, like, side locking her, where they're not letting her come around for a handoff. But Paige backdoors immediately, and the help slides. You can see the instant processing speed. She reads the floor so fast, and like before she's even set up here, she's reading that this help slides over. There isn't a secondary help defender coming down, so she like wraps a little pass around. Perfect delivery. Instant read. This is this is real pro level passing, however you want to describe that. And this is another one of my favorite plays in the game. Oh, just nasty crossover. And Paige lulling the defense to sleep before accelerating here. It's a thing that all great guards do. Trying to like set this middle pick and roll up here, but she sees this runway and she has the quickness and speed and obviously the great handle to change directions, the paint to make that work and to make them pay. Paige coming off a dribble handoff, another floater, and this is what happens when you have drop bigs who aren't attaching to Paige, right? This defender was late scraping over the screen, and the drop just has to be attached. And if you're not, Paige is going to burn you. Like it's just not a coverage that you can reliably run against Paige Bueckers, because of how crazy Bueckers is as like a mid-range shooter. And of course she can space the floor too. Like you can't leave her open. And of course that's why, you know, she gets downhill so easily. They guard her at the three because she is a shooter, and then she can use that to leverage her driving. Late in the game, it is Bueckers' time to close this one out. Nasty burst, contested pull-up, and man, she is a crazy shot maker. You see how like quickly she accelerates here, planting off of that back foot. The in and out dribble freezes this defender, and hop step, pull up over like a good recovery and contest, but you're just not stopping Paige when she can elevate that. Bueckers is an unstoppable pull-up shooter in these moments. And again, game on the line, Bueckers' time to close, isolation with the shot clock, and not really running down. They go pick and roll, and Bueckers just makes a great decision. She was making great decisions all game, and Syracuse did like cover this better on with the initial players, right? Very high drop right at the level, but I'm not really sure what this help was about. I guess this was trying to like foul or force a turnover. They didn't really need to, but Paige is smart. She's not going to force a shot herself. She sees where the help comes, and she makes a simple pass to her teammate, who I believe was like a freshman, getting the start, which is awesome. And that is the dagger. Bueckers was phenomenal in this game. We even see her defending here really well on the last possession against Daisha Fair, who was, I hope I'm saying her name right. She was really impressive. She's like a crazy cool like microwave scorer type. But yeah, Paige defended really well. She rebounded well. I would like to take a look at that last defensive play again against getting the assignment, like switching on to great defensive communication, switching on to Syracuse's best player, sliding around that screen despite the contact, forcing a really difficult shot. We've seen, obviously this was highlights, but watching the game, I can confirm that the defense was actually good, and she's pumping up the crowd. This is an electric athlete right here. I don't know like enough about WM, and also shout out to Swish for the highlights. I don't know enough about like the WNBA draft to really say anything definitively, but it seems like Paige is gonna be a WNBA star, right? Like Bueckers has that kind of handle and spot getting advantage creation ability that translates at any level of basketball. And when you combine that with her high feel, her shooting, her defense, like everything is there, at least to my relatively untrained eye. And regardless, there are a few basketball players in the world right now that I find more captivating, and you should be tapped in to whoever UConn plays next if you're not already.